この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. It is Wednesday, and so I am Teeaboo, and I am here for Ousama ranking. We are on episode 13, and we are fully into Core 2 now. Last time on Ousama ranking, mostly Oken and all the bad guys showed up back at the castle and took everything over. The people outside the castle found out that that was kind of happening, but haven't done anything about it yet. Hiling is heading in, Boji is heading in, and it looks like, what's his face? Domas and Hokuro are headed toward the entrance to the underworld for still unknown reasons. Mostly, the previous episode didn't give us much in terms of answers, but it did give us a few things in terms of questions, like, the fuck is wrong with Oken? And why was King Bo so crazy? And what's up with that little flashback that we got of King Bo and his dad? And we're going to dive into the comment spotlight to potentially answer some of those questions. First off, Sour Marty writes, my interpretation of Oken shaking before he has to walk away to calm himself is that he is shaking from excitement at the idea that he is going to be able to kill again after presumably so long. It also has the double effect of really confusing the audience to make us pay close attention to the horror that's to come. This is also the first time that the show is giving him significant focus, and personally, I found it chilling. A great start to an antagonist. I hard agree. I don't know if I agree with the reason that he's walking away. I just don't know, because I just don't know. We're just trying to infer things when there's no implication. But I think that's a reasonable take that you've got. And more importantly, I think the effect of being weird and confusing and like strange and unpredictable is super powerful for an antagonist. Not knowing what the antagonist is going to do is terrifying. The axe murderer with an axe who just runs at you with an axe and tries to hit you with an axe, scary, but not that scary. The guy who is your friend who might be an axe murderer trying to kill you and you don't know if they can control themselves, way scarier, way scarier. So good stuff. There were a number of comments about the opening being really good. I agree with this. It's good. Dane Bird writes, on King Bo's father, it's my own guess that he is the crazy forest king that Boji met earlier in his journey. I have a theory that the father became rank 1 and then decided to burn down his kingdom and kill his family, only then to return to the forest. It is hard to know what role the ranking committee guy plays in any of it, but his presence seems extremely important. And Hayaku Eon replies, also, do remember Appius talking to the ranking committee guy before about kings that are number 1, always choose the same item from the god's treasury and all go mad. Yeah, so that tracks. That does look like the same guy, because King Bo looks like him, and that guy looked like him. And adds a whole bunch of layers of questions about the whole ranking committee thing and the whole background, the divine treasury thing and what happens to kings and all that crazy shit. But I think you're right, and I think that that is King Bo's dad in that forest. And King Bo went insane because of that situation. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. And Bill DeWitt writes a comment that's very good, but I've been doing a lot of Bill DeWitt comments. Bill talks about the math stuff that we talked about before and his own interpretation of the concept of universal truths, and then talks about the OP, and that's cool. Also mentions that he doesn't think that it's the thistle flower. He doesn't know what it is, but okay, cool. And I'm going to move on from there. So Jav Gamer writes, I don't buy Miranja releasing these guys to destroy the country, and goes on to theorize about maybe potential like reasons for doing this, maybe drawing them out of the underworld, unclear. And Minoli writes a similar comment, wondering about whether Miranjo is pure chaos, etc. Cool. And then there's one more big one that I think I wanted to look at. King Bo may be from, this is from Arnab Biswas, King Bo being from the kingdom where the Shadow Clan were with failed assassination on King. Also, the little girl who hid Kage was from that kingdom. If this is the same guy, then the implications of that are huge, like why the Shadow Clan might have tried to assassinate the king. Very interesting as an idea, and I think very important going forward. Hard to know for sure, but I do think that all this stuff that we found out about King Bo and the ranking committee and his dad seemingly going crazy, and the fact that I think that that is the kingdom of Bo, where she was from, and where the guy was from, and where they saved and helped Kage, makes things really interesting, and I wonder and hope that that girl is still alive, unless she was his daughter and now she's dead. I just don't know. In any case, the last episode was pretty fucking crazy and pretty fucking fun, but we've had a lot of really long intro discussions recently, and I think we're going to have a less powerful intro discussion this time. So, let's turn our attention to the actual meat of the day, which is watching episode 13 of Ousama Ranking. In the interests of accomplishing that, I've pulled up episode 13 of Ousama Ranking. I've got it up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, beep beep timer to count you down. Also, early access on Patreon, and there's a poll going on, and there will soon be a manga reading poll going on, I think. I haven't decided yet, but I think so. And so check all that stuff out. It's on the Patreon. It's cool. You can check it out. And then you also can, if you give me money, it helps me live. And that's really nice for me. Oh, because dying is bad. And it's hard to make good content when you're starving. So I'd like to not be that ever again. Thank you. All right. Beep beep timer to count you down. Let's get into episode 13 of Ousama Ranking. Yeah, you said that. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Why? Just purely for emotional reasons? Because she was sympathetic toward you? Dorshi. I mean, I love you, dude. I believe. Sick. Yeah, number 3 is not going to do so well, though. Oh, they're doing okay, I guess. Oh, that was it? Ah. Bruh. Don't gloat until it's over. Oh, number 1 is female, and the knight. Anne's gonna fucking die. Anne's gonna fucking die. Oh, that's a lot more. That's a lot of them. Hi, guys. Hi, Oaken. Why are you staring at my mom? Not my mom, but... Wow. That first breath in there, I didn't even notice. Which soldiers are those, I wonder? Who is that? I don't know. This OP's so fucking good. Giant heads. Mask shattering. That's super good. The kingdom in turmoil. We all could have guessed. All right. Be ready to go, dude. Hi, Anne. Yeah, you fought 3 and it was almost death. Ooh, not his blood. Oh, oh. I saw those on his heels. I was wondering what was up with that. A way to guard his back. Nah. Ooh. Ugh. Ugh. So sick. Spikes all over me. This is how I win. Unless Boji. He's Dorshi. What do you expect? He's good. Let's go, guys. Work together, strike together. Ah! Nice. Garbage truck day. Uh-oh. Now we're fucked. Action economy has swung against us. Huh. Healing. And... Okay, at least they're competent. That is not as good as it has been. Just rallying the troops, man. Morale, get them going. Man, I love Anne already. She's gonna fucking die because I like her. Oh, that was cool. Huh. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Gigant. Oh, no. Golf. We need a Boji right now. Right? Like, we need that, right? Telling the horse to bolt? Good. Let's go, Anne. Run, healing. Get the fuck out. You will not be fine, Anne. I'm sorry. Anne's gonna fucking die. There's a trap. It's the worst trap. Wow, great horse. Fuck, horse dead. Oh, God. No. Oh, the horse foot in the blood. Okay. God. God. Sure. That's what she's doing, Goo. Probably didn't have time for... Oh, my God. He's gonna be angry. Aw, fuck. We need Boji to fight him. Whoa. Oh. Cleric spells. I guess. He does not like it. He's been in the darkness for so long. Please be alive, Anne. Oh, I love her. Please, healing goo. Somebody get her some booze. Another new scar. For now. She can't catch her breath. She's gonna pass out. Yeah, she's out. Fuck. Good night, sweet queen. Oh. Ha! She has a booze fountain. Ha! Hi. Got any more blinding attacks? Dorshi? Oh, Dida, indeed. Wow, we're not there yet. But we're setting it up. We're on the way. Okay, we're in sight. Okay. Okay. Can we cut through the switchbacks? Can we just go straight? Gigant is coming. Let's go, Dorshi. Let's go, Dorshi. Never mind. Not a chance, bro. Not a chance, bro. Counting your chickens before they're hatched. Okay. 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 Let's go, Mom. Let's go. Oh, well, nope. Maybe with magic. Maybe not with swords. Blast. Boom. Boom, boom. Big boom. They're gonna be late. Dude, we're getting dramatic with the music. Fuck, we keep cutting away. Hello? Hello? And he knows. Obvious? Obvious? What? Get the fuck out. Dude. Dude. Oh my god, she's taking her. Okay, Healing's the best character. Oh, you're loyal to fucking Moranjo? Yeah. Just loyal to you. He's calling them off. She's gonna save them all. Hey, Gigant, get your fucking hand out of there. Get your fucking hammer gone. Why, though? I mean, Haha. Wakey, wakey, big boy. Ah. Rawr. Let's go. Spider-Man under the thing. Wow. Yeah, now I'm mad. Spikes? Nope. Okay. Fun, fun, fun. But why? Oh. Oh, a little heavy. Oh, my ankles. All right, so I don't know how to feel about this episode yet. The flow's a little bit off. You need to run. You need to run now. Run, 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 run. No, not an innocent blonde girl. Well, an innocent blonde girl. Run. Running. So happy. Bro. Spears go boom. Well, okay then. Run. He wants to kill you. He's really good at it. He will succeed. Oh, they're just gnawing. Ah, just chowing down. Let's fucking go, Hiling goo. Oh. The horror show. Ah, you mean they're just gonna tear them apart and eat? Your friend. Uh-huh. No. He just wants to watch. Former Queen Hiling. Which one? What? What? So have a human wife? Whoa. Whoa. Healing. Why? Just so that you can take over the body? Hello, Hiringu. This'll do. Where have I seen that mirror before? Get it out of here. Much better. I know. Yeah. You are now done. Okay, so he leaves anyway. After saying explicitly that he will not. Oh, which means we can do whatever we want, right? Or no, we're leaving, so it's fine. Oh man, come on. Don't do my man Dorshi like this. Not like this. Let's go, Dorshi. Oh, fuck. There goes his leg. And we're storming the city. We're gonna come face to face with Oken. That's a lot of dead. No, they're all alive. Dying. Hi. Are we gonna 1v1 Oken? Sama? Yeah. Why would any of you believe that? Hi. He's gonna die. He's gonna fight Oken and die. Only Boji. Huh. That could take a week, dude. He's gonna do it anyway. I have to. I have to save the people. Everybody fucking run! Get the fuck out! Ha! Yeah! Why? Oh, because of his regen thing? Yeah, he's gonna nope it. You're gonna fucking die, my dude. Alright, yes, sir. Fuck. It better at least be a good fight. I don't know if he can be put down, dude. Ugh. Don't do that, dude. Don't do that. Oh, I don't want him to die. Okay, hi, Oppius. That's fucking stupid. You a fucking idiot? The source of their power. Get up. Get up. Obvious. Roll. Roll. Dude. Oh, she can just change the mirror to whatever she wants. Yeah, you just suck, huh? Good luck. So that was a defense mechanism with the diamond. Oh, hi, Oppius. Yeah, your guy fucked up. Hi. Oh. Yoto. Okay, alright, over here. Hey, whoa. They suck, dude. Scheming. He's got the mirror now. Pretending to prove himself trustworthy. What? How did Oppius get knocked out? What? What? That's the end? Yo, this episode whack. Alright. I mean, fair, fine. God, Ogen is just still so terrifying. What happened there at the end? I don't know. What did he do to Oppius? Like this ED a lot. Okay, interesting episode. But, how do I put my feeling? First off, I feel like the flow in this episode is deeply interrupted. Because the times at which we cut away to create tension, and that is what we're doing, and that's why we're doing it. We're cutting away during mid-battle and during tense moments in order to create more tension in the background and let that amp in the background. But the issue that I have is that we keep cutting away to non-tense moments like Boji riding on the horses or Domas and Hokuro heading into the place, and that's important to some extent because it plays into all the things that happen. Boji eventually arrives, Hokuro and Domas's presence underground is what eventually drives Miranjo to leave to some extent, but it feels like we keep cutting back and forth without actually increasing the tension and without actually resolving any of it. Now, part of that is because we're building toward like final battle end stuff, or not final battle, but like big battles moving forward with Boji coming into the castle and the main knight guy squaring up against Oken. And we're going to, the plan based on the length and the runtime of this episode is to cliffhang on these and leave them unknown. But we don't do a very good job of cliffhanging on them and leaving them unknown because they kind of happen at weird timings. And then beyond that, it feels to me like in most of the episodes of Ousama Ranking up until now, we've had lots of bits of dialogue that reveal interesting things and are at least interesting to talk about because they reveal interesting things. But it didn't feel like we had a lot of that in this episode. A lot of what happened in this episode felt to me like it was predictable. And I will say, as I've said many times, that I don't think predictable is bad necessarily. It's not. It's fine, especially if it's falling into good tropes and doing them effectively and using them to full purpose. But I didn't feel like it was in this episode. It just felt like things were just playing out. Again, that's fine too. I think as a dungeon master, I have a soft spot for the kind of storytelling where you put a bunch of elements together, and each of the elements is a character or a reason for being or whatever, and they all have their own directions, and then you put them into a simulation, and they all smash against each other, and you find interesting things out of that chaos. That sort of feels like what happens here. Everybody's just running off of their own self-direction, and that's good, and it's fine. We introduce Anne the Knight, who I think is an effective introduction because she's likable and competent, and Oken is terrifying and scary. And then we get the OP, which is really good. But then I think we're just going to go through and we're going to skim the rest of the episode. So here we are, we're fighting dogs. We spend a while fighting dogs. Dorshi's fighting dogs. We fight some more dogs. Dorshi has spikes now. That's cool. Dorshi fighting dogs, people fighting dogs, bad guys arrive and get in on the action as well, demonstrating to us, as before, that they are always interested in fighting and always interested in doing other stuff. Please call your monsters off. Fine, I'll have them attack Hiling, which she does, and we attack some dogs. Gigant comes in, causes problems, we get thrown into the wall, Dorshi gets thrown into the wall, Hiling tries to escape, can't escape because Oken slices Hiling up a little bit, and then she is in a bad way. I love the way that Hiling looks when she's healing. It's so great. It's such a great expression of power. I've never seen a magic caster in a show that has as much like as Hiling does, and I actually really, really, really like it. This is new. This is new information, right? Well, I mean, we've seen Oken get injured before a little bit, but we've never seen his blood recoagulate into his body. That's some shit. He is either cursed or blessed or both. But where from and why? I feel like Oken, and we called him Prince, or at least Sama. I feel like Oken at some point asked for a blessing from something. Maybe a devil or a demon or something? Maybe. And asked to be like an unkillable warrior or something like that. And I think he is. He's something like it. And I think that's why Boji is a problem. He's a problem for Boji. But I don't know. Anne goes down. Super sad. Hiling going for the super blinding attack. Super sick. I love Hiling. And he just whines and runs away. I think that makes him even more terrifying. That he's like pitiful in some ways, but then horrifying and murderous. It's like the way he blushes when he gets to murder people. It's like, what the fuck? What a well-constructed creepo, right? Like, for a creepazoid, what a well-constructed one. And the scariest possible thing, the most awful possible result, Anne is really cute. God damn it. She's really cute. Oh, and now she's going to survive because Hiling. Now, Hiling almost passes out, but then she remembers that she's got a camelback full of goop, and I don't know the deal with that, and we get surrounded by guys. And we hard cut away to this, and we hard cut back to this, and we smash a guy, and we're come back here. Fight some stuff, Hiling gets her motivation up, I must protect Daida, tries real hard, fails real hard, great, as expected, and then we immediately cut away. To build tension? Why are we cutting here? Why? We already saw that they're on the way. I guess it's to build all the different pieces going different places. But why? Okay, and then Boss A in here and Bebin. This is interesting to me. Bebin knows that that's Boss A. What's Bebin's goal? Because he was Daida's sword teacher, right? What's his goal? This look that he gives to Boss A is not a look of loyalty. I think he's pissed. And I'm really curious what Bebin is going to do here. Okay, almost dead, not dead, speared by Oppius. So Oppius makes the decision on his own that these people are more important to him, and in doing so, semi-betrays Miranjo, but not fully, and gives her a chance to escape. Then he sees Hiling dragging a warrior off the battlefield and realizes that that loyalty is placed well, and for some reason still talks about being loyal to Miranjo. I don't get why he's loyal to Miranjo. She was just nice to him once. I don't get it. For your sake, I will wait. So she gives him a chance. She gives them a chance to get out. So do not betray me again. And he yells for Dorshi. Dorshi gets up. Dorshi fights. It's cool. It's fun. None of the fights are as bombastic or spectacular as any of the others. We talk. Oppius has feelings that we don't understand. We fight a bunch. We get here. Oken kills a lady. He blushes. He's all happy. He kills some more people with a whippy sword move. I don't understand. Dorshi gets torn apart. He thinks about them. I can't abandon them. I won't walk away and just let them die. And she goes, okay. And then he's about to say a thing. Why do you want Queen Hiling you? Forgive me. And she says, I want to be of assistance to King Bosse. The family that he has just gets in the way. I want him to have another child. Eventually brings her in. And then she's mad at the mirror. So is this why the mirror hates her? Is it just because of that simple moment where she thought that the mirror was evil? It could be. Because if the mirror had itself planted inside... No, wait, but she's like... No, she's here. Wait, what? This is a different time. Okay, so in one time, at one point, she's telling Bosse to have another son. And Bosse says, like, giant women only have one children, which implies that his wife is still alive. So then Miranjo probably kills his wife or has something to do with it, is now in the mirror and has puppets in this time period. What happened in between? We don't know. Hiling arrives. She probably has herself placed in Hiling's room, probably wants to, like, do something to Hiling, but Hiling has magic powers, so she notices that there's something off with the mirror and has it removed from her room. So it gets removed. I don't understand. We sigh, we walk away, and they do a motion thing. God damn. Dorshi, full rage, and his leg gets torn off. Fighting with Oken, bad idea. Fighting with Oken, fine, gonna do it anyway. Worst opponent for Boji, not an opponent you can face either. We fight Oken, cliffhanged. Over here, more guys fighting Oppius. She can turn herself into any material using some kind of alchemy. Okay, turn the mirror into any material. This guy drops down, does a sneaky thing, does a smile, and ends up walking out of here with the stuff and the mirror, and Oppius on the floor. And we end there. You see what I mean? Like, in a lot of these episodes, we've got, like, a thing to talk about, like some stuff went down or something's interesting. This doesn't feel like there's anything super interesting in the episode. I understand that this is part of storytelling. You gotta do the glue. You gotta glue things together. And I think that next week's episode is going to be a ton of combat and a ton of fun things, because we've got the fight with Oken and that one guy, the captain of the guard. Boji's heading in and is going to pass Hiling on the way, probably, and that's interesting. Dorshi is there and is probably going to die, just got his leg torn off. That sucks. And then the bad guys are walking away with Miranjo, and Oppius is on the ground. And then Hokuro and Domas are all going to a place. But do you notice the words that I used throughout this whole, like, discussion, this whole run-through? And the words that I just used when I was running through what I expected? The words that I just used are the worst words in storytelling, the worst, least useful words in storytelling, and the most overused words in storytelling. And those words are, and what I'm going to do, because this episode, I don't feel like there's a lot to talk about, I'm going to use it as a jumping off point to talk about one concept in writing that I think is important, and ask you to think about it. That way, maybe at least we can have some discussion around that. Then at least it's a useful video, maybe for some people, because I know there are people who watch my shows and watch my videos who are aspiring writers or already writers, good for you, or just people who care about story. The words that I used throughout that whole episode and conversation were, and then. Boji goes over here, and then Boji goes over here, and then Boji goes over here. This is not good storytelling. It's not, because there's no connection in the and then, except time. It's just the next thing that happens is this. What you want is you want in spite of, you want because of, you want in order to, okay? right? You want those kinds of words because they entail a motivation, right? Um, in spite in spite of his disabilities, Boji becomes a swordsman. In spite of being the weakest, Boji becomes the strongest. In spite of being unable to communicate, Boji makes a friend. Because Boji makes a friend with Kage, blah, blah, blah. Because Daida gets elected king, Boji has to leave on a road trip. Because the kingdom is squandered and things are wrong, Daida's body is taken over by Bose. Because Boji goes on a road trip with Domas and everybody else, he gets betrayed by Domas and thrown down a hole. Because Boji got thrown down a hole, but in spite of the fact of his aloneness, he ends up at the bottom of the thing, and in spite of being betrayed, he is able to pull himself back up. These are all interesting, right? These are all interesting. He's able to pull himself back up. Because of his friend who is with him, he's able to survive. And because of their goals and journey, because Kage knows that something is up, they're able to find Desha and then Despa. And because they find Despa, Boji is able to become a blah, 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 right? But if it's Boji is a boy with disabilities, and then Boji makes a friend, and then Boji gets his kingdom stolen from him, and then Boji leaves, and then Boji gets betrayed, and then Boji finds himself in hell, and then Boji becomes a warrior, and then Boji leaves in order to write. Well, see, I even had to bring in order to, right? And then Boji leaves for no reason. No, Boji leaves because he hears that the kingdom is there. And in spite of the fact that he is afraid that he's going to be betrayed again, that he's been slightly traumatized by that situation, he still chooses to go back and put faith in the people who blah, blah, blah. When it comes to character motivations, when it comes to events in a story, when it comes to anything else, the worst words you can use to string things together are "and then." Because they're meaningless. All they tell us is the next thing that happens is this, and it doesn't tell us any of the why. In one and only one circumstance is this useful, and that is when you don't want the audience to understand the why. For example, Miranjo kills Hiling, or tries to kill Hiling, and probably was instrumental in killing Boji's mother. And then Miranjo approached Appius and made him loyal, and then convinced Bose to have another son, and then convinced him to take over that son's body to prolong his life, because we get a because there, because we know that she's loyal to Bose, and then she does all these and then things that are like uncertain to us. We don't understand the motivations behind them necessarily, and that's okay, because we know that there's a because behind her motivations. Even if that because is pain or insanity or something like that, at least there is that motivation, right? But we can use those and thens in her circumstance. We can't use them in every circumstance. And in this episode, it feels like every single scene is mostly and then, although some of them have a because that's behind it. Like, Boji is heading back to the kingdom because he knows that there's something up there, and in spite of the fact that he's worried that he'll be betrayed again or disrespected or whatever. Okay, that's fine. Appius is loyal to Miranjo because, I don't know, but we know that there's a because there to some extent, and he is. And so, because he's loyal to Miranjo, he acts in this way, but he's also not disloyal to Dorshi and blah, blah. And so these little elements, there are little bits that make sense, but a lot of it is just and thens. It's just, and then this happens, and then Miranjo lets them go, probably because of Appius, but not really, and then she has them attack anyway? I don't know. It feels like a lot of this episode was and then-y, and it feels like it wasn't the best put together episode of Ousama ranking. I hope that that is just a one blip off thing, and I will say that still the episode flew by and the combat was fun and exciting, not super tense in any way because it seemed pretty predictable, but there were elements that were intense and tense, like Appius spearing the guys or the doggos. Interesting, but not terribly compelling. and not terribly fluid in terms of its storytelling, at least in comparison to what has come before in Ousama ranking. And that's okay, because Ousama ranking was already so far ahead of most shows that I watch that I don't mind it taking a step back for a little bit. It was still really good as an episode, still fully solid, but it didn't feel amazing to me. A lot of the episodes of Ousama ranking so far, we've come out of being like, whoa, this show's the fucking best. This one, I came out being like, okay, cool. I'm still excited to see what happens. I'm still invested in these characters and interested in this story, but okay. And I think that's all I have to say. So, my takeaway from this episode is don't write and then storytelling. It's important. And we learned some interesting things over the course of the episode and had some fun fights and stuff. And now there's weird chaos going on in the capital. Again, the capital in turmoil makes a lot of sense. Oken is fighting people. He's now going to fight that gold man. Miranjo Mirror is being taken away. Hiling is presumably getting away with Anne. Dorshi is presumably going to die. Appius is unconscious on the ground. The bad guys have the mirror, and Hokuro and Domas are on their way to the thing underneath. Feels like not a lot has changed in this episode, but I guess a lot has. Okay, fair enough. So, a little bit disappointed, but not terribly. That's totally okay. And I guess I'm going to wrap there, because I don't think that I have anything else particular to say. Now, I will put this out there. If you think there was anything important in this episode, particularly interesting or intriguing or important, that you would like to comment on, I'd love to hear it. If I missed anything, or you think that I overskimmed and didn't invest, or you just think that I'm wrong about the end then storytelling, or that this episode consists of mostly of that, and you think that it's more compelling than I did, please write about it. Please write a comment about it, and maybe I'll feature you in the comment spotlight in the beginning of the next episode, and we'll see if we can agree. Beyond that, though, I think I'm done. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Ousama Ranking episode 13. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as much or more, and I hope to catch you next week for episode 14 for some kind of a couple of showdown battles, and that should be pretty cool. Okay, cool. See you next week for more Ousama Ranking. Peace.